Hello folks. So today in this video we are going to talk about your data structures and algorithm, right? So I have a question in front of me. What is this video, right? So this video in detail is going to talk about data structures and algorithm. Why we are talking about data structures and algorithm is because you are heading to a good placement season, I guess, right? And if a college student, particularly a college student, having a placements in their mind, they must focus on data structures and algorithms, right? And it is not a small topic that we cover in one day or so. It is a very huge topic. You require some preparation of 2 to 3 months, some decent preparation of 2 to 3 months to able to crack some questions on DSA, right? And it is not about something कि you learn DSA and you able to crack all the questions. It's also about logical thinking. Okay, so DSA is a tool which will help you to solve the problem, but this thing, logical thinking, is that part which you need to develop, right? And how you will develop this? This will be developed with a lot of practice, right? So be around me for couple of months or be around any good tutor for couple of months and you will learn the tool that is DSA. While learning, you will do the practice, and with practice, your logical thinking availability will increase, right? And what benefit you will get from this video is this only. Okay, finally your logical building is increasing. You are learning a very important tool for your placement related purpose, right? And this is not something like, okay, so DSA is like, I have learned DSA for my placement purposes, right? But once my placement is done, I can get into some kind of corporate job or I get into some kind of internship, right? What I will do there, I have to show my logical thinking, right? How clear my thinking is, how far I can think, because thinking out of the box is going to make a difference. Getting into some kind of internship or getting into some kind of job is DSA, right? And sticking to that internship or sticking to that kind of a job is your thinking, is your ability to think out of the box, is your ability to build logical solutions, right? So, okay, so these are very big jargons, right? But if I simple the things, right? So starting the data structures is gonna quite easy because major population, right, is now have a sense okay, what are data structures, right? But again, so the first topic in data structures, if you learn that topic, then it is going to be some kind of easy in future, right? So number one is arrays, right? Today in this video, we are going to talk all about arrays, talking what is array, right? Why we use array, right? And then we see some simple questions on array, majorly from lead code. And then I will give you some assignment questions, majorly from GFG, right? So be around me in this whole video series, and you are going to learn so many new things, and you are going to be like have a good practice of what you are going to do in your placement exams or what you are going to do in your learning curve. Okay, so we will be focusing on two resources, majorly LeetCode and GFG. So LeetCode is for practice and GFG is for your theory and learning purpose. Okay. theory and learning purpose. So I think you have a sense what is lead code, and I think you have a sense what is GFG, right? So these are online platforms in which you can find a very good variety of resources for data structures and algorithms, right? So now let's jump into it and let's see what is basically an array. Okay. So suppose I am a teacher and I am teaching a class of, let's say, 50 students. Okay. I'm teaching a class of 50 students. Now I want to store the names of 50 students. Okay. So how I would store the name if in Java or C++, right? So what I will say, I will say string in Java, right? What I will say, I will say string student one is equals to, let's say, Sham, and what I will say, string student 2 is equals to, say, Raha. String student 3 is equals to, say, John, right? And so on. I have to do like till string student 50 is equals to, let's say, Shubh, right? So what I am doing is a redundant work. What I am doing is a redundant work. How this is a redundant work? Because I am declaring a lot of 50 variables, right? And they are all of same data type. As you can see, right? I'm declaring 50 variables and they are all of same data type. So now a data structure called array comes into a picture. कि why can't we use a single variable and against that single variable we can store a list, right? Now I can store something like John, Raha, Shyam, and XYZ, right? As I know, all these things are of all these things are of same data type. Okay, so I can store it under a single variable of type string, right? So basically, arrays are nothing but a collection of items of similar type, right? So let me give let me give you one quick example of an array, right? So suppose this is the list I am having, right? So I'm storing 2 here, 4 here, 10 here, 5 here, and 15 here. Chalo, one more, 3 here. Okay. So as you can see, I'm storing all the elements and okay. So these are called, this particular blocks are called array elements. What are called? Array elements. Okay. So I am storing all these elements with a single, suppose say int numbers against a single variable name. I don't have to declare multiple variable names. So this is the most quick advantage of uh, you can say array data structure, right? Now deep diving into the array data structure is, so array data structures, they are used to store elements of same type at contiguous memory location. So now this is a good term, contiguous memory locations. Now what this thing is, okay, don't panic, I am tell you, contiguous memory location. So whenever you declare variables like this, what do you think how these variables are going to store inside the computer's memory? So these variables are going to store in something like, okay, I will make one bucket. I will name this bucket student 1, and this bucket will contain the value sham, and this bucket is going to store at some address, right? The CPU memory has some address, right? So as soon I declare the variable, the computer allocate me some address. So say it allocate me address of this 12001, a house number of 12001, right? Second time I declare another variable, okay, and then again a bucket will be created, right? It will name the bucket as student2 and it will fill the value as Raha. Okay, and it will give a house number, a address, right? And it can be like this 2001. So you can see, right? So this thing and this thing, you can see the house number, right? This thing and this thing, they are not contiguous. Contiguous means continuity, right? They are not incremental, right? But this is not a case in arrays. If this array element is stored at a value of 1001, then this value will be stored at 1002. This will be 1003. This will be 1004. This will be 1005, and this will be 1006. So in arrays, there will be a contiguous memory allocation. So this is the second benefit you will get while using arrays. Okay, cool. Now there is one more part that I need to tell you is array indexes. So all these elements are indexed. Okay. So what is index? So index are something like nicknames. Okay. So this particular array element has a index of 0, this 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So always remember array indexes are going to start from 0 and they will go to the length minus 1. So how many array elements are there? There are 6 array elements. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? So what will be the indexes? Will be from 0 to array length minus 1. These will be the indexes. Okay. Now I guess we have good theory for arrays, right? Just we will go to the implementation part. Okay. And so we will implement in Java. If someone is interested in C++ and all, they can go to the GFG tutorial and see how they are like how they are declaring. Okay. Okay. So let's declare some arrays in Java. Okay. So this course will be in Java only. But I will, in the description, I will give you the links and everything to learn in C++ 2, arrays in Java. So, guys, don't have this confusion in your mind that DSA is a language dependent process, or learning DSA is a language dependent process. No, right? So, DSA is just your thinking and understanding the problem, right? Language is a second kind of a barrier, which DSA does not look into, right? Learn DSA in any language you want. Language is independent here. Okay. Okay. So talking internally, right? So not like not according to the basis of DSA, but internally, like how language interpreters work. So it is something like in C++ and in Java, right? Okay, I will write here only arrays in C++. So talking about the interpreter, right? So both languages infer arrays differently. Okay. But these things hold true for both the languages. But interpreter infer these things differently, right? So in Java, right? In Java, you can say arrays are more kind of treated as objects, right? And again, it's a jargon kind of thing. You don't need to focus on that in this course, but you can. So basically, guys, if I tell you, right? So in Java, majority of the things are classes, but in C++, this is not the case. Okay, and it is like uh, it depends upon their virtual machines, or it depends upon their interpreter how they are working internally with arrays. But uh, as far as this course is concerned, only these things you have to keep in mind, and these things hold true for both the languages. But yes, in Java and in C++, arrays are treated differently internally. Okay, so if I'm talking about one-dimensional array, oh, this is one point I think I missed. So now we are going to see three things. First, we will try to create, then we will try to initialize, and then we will try to access. What does this means? First, we will try to create an array, then initialize an array, then access an array, right? So array can be of, you can say 1D array, 2D array, 3D array, 4D array, and so on, right? So it's just storing of data. You can do like this, and you can do like this, right? So this is an example of 1D array. This is an example of 2D array. Okay, and so on. Like if I go in a 3D space, okay, where vector exists, there will be a use of 3D arrays. But as far as we concerned, right, as far as whole you can say data structures and algorithms are concerned, and your preparations are concerned, 1D array and 2D array are more than enough to learn. Okay, so let's try to create 1D array in Java. Okay, so as I told you, right, you just need to give the data type, of which data type your array is going to consist. So first you need to the type of that, then you just need to name the variable and just put like this. Okay, so this thing indicates a array, or you can do like this, variable name. So these square boxes, right? Either you can put those square boxes right after the variable name, after the variable name, or you can put the boxes right after the type declaration. Okay. So an example can be I want to declare an int array called numbers. Like this I can do, or like this I can do, right? And similar to int, we can declare any data type. So you can declare boolean, you can declare float, you can declare double, char, string, and again, guys, uh, string in Java are different. String in Java are different. Okay. Now, how to initialize this? Initialize means how much length of the data, or how much length of the array you require. Okay. So it is, you can do something like this. So variable name, sorry, you can do something like this. Variable name equal to new, and you can say type, and then you can put the size in the square brackets, right? Or in one liner you can do it something like this only. If I want to declare an int array, so int variable name, okay, new, new, and you can say int Suppose I want five elements, so five. So like this thing, like this you can also do, right? Now, many of you guys uh, are wondering what this new keyword is, right? Why this new keyword? So guys, as I told you, right, in Java, everything is a class. Okay, everything is a class. So making a new array. So what are you doing here is, so with the help of this new is keyword, you are creating a object of this name for class array. Okay. So, but in C++, it's quite easy. In C++, you just need to write like this: int, whatever my array name is, and number. Okay. So, learning Java is a different kind of a thing, and I think Java is a very pretty good language that one should understand and one should learn. Cool, guys. So these are 1D arrays in Java, right? Now, okay, I think accessing. So now, how do we access array? Okay, okay. So let's get back to this example. Okay, now this example I have, and I want to see. So one thing I want to do. What is that? One thing I want to do. Now I created an array. I stored element in an array, but one thing I want to do is now I want to access it. I want to use this. Okay, this John is here. Now I want to use John. Okay, I want to take out John from that array and I want to use it at some X place. Okay, so how I am going to do this, right? Chalo. So I think you understand these indexes, right? These are very important in accessing a particular array. Okay, so array are accessed through indexes only. That's why I told you indexes are important. Uh, Here only I have this array. Now I want to access the third element. So what is third element? First, second, third. So I just say array name, square bracket, and index. That's it. So this thing is pointing to this thing only. You just need to give the index and you are directly onto that array, right? So this thing is O of 1. Okay, when I give you a search, a particular index in an array, then this thing is O of 1. Okay, so learning DSA is important because you have to keep in mind about this time complexity and things and all. Okay, we will go to that parallelly, right? Uh, cool, guys. I think arrays as a theory, this much is it. Okay, now I am going to solve you one question for you. Now, like theory is complete, right? So I want to solve one question for you, and that question is, so question is move all zeros of array to end. Okay. Now what this question is? Okay. So give like if you given an array like this, 1, 2, 0, 4, 3, 0, 5, 0. If your array is like this, right? Then your output should be like this: 1, 2, 4, 3, 5, 0, 0, 0. Cool. Okay. Pause the video for 1 minute and then I will tell you how to solve this. Now, okay. So there are many approaches to solve this, but again, uh, I don't know which approach you decide, but my approach is to just transpose the array. Transpose the array means loop through this array, okay, from left to right, from like 0 to how many elements are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 0 to 7. Okay. Transpose this array 0 to 7, and while transposing, maintain a count of non-zero elements. Okay. So why I am maintaining a count of non-zero element is is this because so non-zero elements anyhow are going to be less than the array of length. Okay. So if I have a count of non-zero elements, then I know, okay, starting from zero, how many places, right? Starting from zero, how many places are going to be a non-zero number, right? And rest of the places I can put the zero directly. So are you getting my point? Why I am getting a count of a non-zero number? So I am traversing this array. Okay, I'm looping through this array and I'm keeping a count of non-zero numbers, right? So I have a sense कि starting from 0 till that count, say n, I have to fill non-zero numbers, and after n, I can fill zeros. Okay, so what I will do is I will go and I will fill zeros. Okay, I will fill zeros directly. And then again I will loop through this array and I check if this number is greater than 0. Yes, this number is greater than 0, then put it. This number is greater than 0, put it. This number is greater than 0. No, skip. Is this number greater than 0? Yes, put it. Is this number greater than 0? Yes, put it. Greater than 0? No, skip. Greater than 0? Yes, put it. Greater than 0? No. Right, so I have filled my array with non-zero numbers, right? And I have manually inserted zeros at the end. Okay, so how to write the code for it? So I will write a pseudo code here and you can try it on a editor or some kind of thing, right? So cool. Let's write a pseudo code here. So as I will say, I will count the non-zero numbers. So for counting non-zero numbers, I want a uh, you can say I want a variable that will count the non-zero numbers. Then I will loop this array. So for I equal to 0, I is less than, say, suppose the array of the length of the array is n. Okay, so I is less than n, I plus plus. Now what I need to do is if array at I, that means I'm accessing that element, is not equal to 0, then what I need to do is I need to do array of count plus plus equal to array of I. That's it. That's it. Okay. So what I did is very simple. So if array of I is not equal to 0, in this case, right, 1 is not equal to 0, then what I am going to do is I am going to go to count. What is count value? Count value is 0, right? So array of 0 is equal to array of I. What is array of I? Array of I is 1. So AR of 0 is 1 now. Count plus plus. So count value is 2. So I am keeping count here, okay. Count value is now 1. Okay, count plus plus. Okay. Now I plus plus. So okay, I value I am keeping here. So I value was 0 first and I plus plus, now I is also 1. Cool. Now we will check array at I is not equal to 0. Array at I is not equal to 0. Yes, 2. So this condition is true. Then array of count. So array of count value is 1. So array of 1 is equal to array of I. I value is also 1. So 1 पे क्या है 2. So 2 put. Okay, count plus plus. Now count value is 2. I value is also 2. Cool. Then uh, so these are indexes 1, 2, 3, 4. Quickly I will do the indexing. Okay. Now array at 2 is not equal to 0. This is false. So we will not go into this. Okay, skip. As I told you, skip. Now again. Now count value is 2 only, but I value is increased to 3. I plus plus. Now array at 3. Array at 3 is what? Array at 3 is this. So it is non-zero. Non-zero means so we have to put count value was 2. Now I value was 3. So we will put 3. Okay, the value at index 3. Now count plus plus and I plus plus. Okay, again value at 4. Value at 4 is this. It is non-zero. Yes, it is non-zero. Again, so what was the count value? Count value is 3, and we will put the value at index 4. That is 3. Cool. Now again, both things are plus plus. This is 4. This is 5. Then what is this? Array at 5 is non-zero. No, it is 0. You can see here. It is 0. Skip. So I plus plus. I is increased to 6. Okay. And count is still at 4. And now we will check array at 6 is not equal to 0. Yes, array at 6 is not equal to 0. Then what we will do is array at 4 is equals to array at 6. Array at 6 is 5. Okay, and again plus plus. So count plus plus, count is 5, and it is increased to 7. Okay, now I equal to 0, I is less than n because n is 8. Okay, now array at 7. Array at 7, is it non-zero? No. Skip. Okay, then I plus plus. I goes to 8. At the moment I goes to 8, this condition is failed. Okay, because 8 is not less than 8. So what I have just did, right guys? What I have just did, I have collected all the non-zero numbers at starting of the array. Right, if you can see this array 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, so you can see right from 0 till 4 I have filled my array with this particular code. Okay, now but this is not the task, right? I have to fill the remaining with zeros. So what I will do is I will just use a while loop now. While, so where I am currently standing, I am currently standing here. That means at counter's position, right? So what I will do is while count is less than n, that is array of length, fill the zeros. So what I will do is array count plus plus equal to 0. Simple. Now what will it do is counter's current value is 5, right? So what will it will do? Array 5 equal to 0, counter plus plus. Now counter is moved to 6. 6 is less than 8. Yes, 6 is less than 8. Then array of 6 is equal to 0. Then counter plus plus, it moves to 7. So is 7 less than 8? Yes, 7 less than 8. So array of 7 equal to 0. Counter moves to 8. Is 8 less than 8? No. The condition is false. Loops break and we are out. And we get the full array. You can see here. Right? Simple trick. Okay, and this is one of the good questions, easy questions, which is majorly asked in some kind of company interviews and placement exams also, right? So the time complexity, can you guys tell me the time complexity of it? Okay, it's yes, it's O of n. So why it's O of n? Because I am traversing the array once, and I am traveling the array. Oh, it's not traveling the array, right? No, it's not traveling the array. This is traveling the array. So I am traveling the array once, then I am traveling length of the array once, Therefore, O of n. And what is the space complexity of this? What is the space complexity of this? I have not used any kind of new array or any kind of new data structure, right? So the space complexity is O of 1, yani a constant, right? Again, there are many methods to do this thing, but why I have decided to do it, because it's simple, right? It's give you some kind of a approach, because this kind of approach are very crucial while we are working with arrays, this counter approach. Okay, cool guys. And there are some more good questions. I will give a link in the description. Okay, you can go and practice those questions. The difficulty level is going to be easy only, and moderate also. Okay, so let's target these questions first. Tomorrow or in the next lecture, we will going to target some more good questions of array, and then we are going to move to our next data structure, that is linked list. Okay, but before moving to the linked list, what is prerequisite? You will do all the questions mentioned in the description. Okay, and these will be lead code and geeks for geeks questions. Okay, so thank you guys, thank you for joining, and stay tuned for learning, and I hope I will deliver my best in future videos. Thanks for watching.